is it ever too late for the person that just heard everything that you're saying, and they've been told certain things that, and maybe that's not even, maybe they're not there yet where their doctor said there's nothing you can do about this. But I think some people feel they're too fat, they're too far along, they're too old. This is in my genes, this is in my bloodline. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, right? And the second best time is now. So is it ever too late?
So when people ask me that, this is the example that I usually give. So if we look at the most extreme aspect of health and disease, right, is cancer. There's a lot of research in cancer world that the amount of muscle mass you have is directly related to your chance of survival. So the more muscle mass you have, the higher the chance that you will get through whatever cancer that you have. And now, obviously, I always say there's obviously a spectrum, right? There's the less lethal types of cancers like prostate cancer. There's the more lethal types of cancer, right? Glioblastomas and that type of stuff. And so it's obviously a spectrum within this, but the data consistently shows the more muscle mass you have, either at the time of diagnosis or even if you put on muscle mass during chemotherapy, radiation, whatever it is you're doing for your cancer, that has an impact on your mortality rate. And so even the sickest of the sick can benefit from something as simple as exercise to put on muscle mass. So I don't think anybody is too far gone, or, there's no hope and you just have to take the meds, or, there's always things that can be improved. And what I tell patients sometimes is, and I obviously don't work in oncology, but it's just easiest to think about oncology because it has a kind of hard endpoint, right? It's mortality, it's death. And if you could have two scenarios where you did all the hard stuff, so you have a cancer diagnosis, you properly hydrate, you eat organic, you eat pasture-raised meats, you do everything right on the nutrition front, you don't eat processed foods, you exercise, you meditate, you drink enough water, all that type of stuff. Even if that doesn't change your mortality, so the date that you're going to pass on, what if that improves your quality of life by 20%? So that you can spend more time feeling better with your loved ones, right? Because you know that your time is limited. And so that's just the way I try to frame it up for patients. And again, I don't treat oncology, but I've talked with enough docs who do. And that's just what they consistently see, is it ends up being a quality of life thing, which that translates over into a patient who is morbidly obese and, has severe insomnia, and they are just extreme fatigued all the time. Like, simple things can make huge impacts.